我真的很想问男生一个问题。
I really want to ask guys one question. If you had to choose between a 35-year-old woman who owns a house and a car, has savings, and makes over 100,000 yuan a year, or a 24-year-old woman with nothing, earning just 4,000 yuan a month, who would you choose?
00后男生是哪
Guys born after 2000 might be soft like puppies, but they're not fools. Sure, they might not have money, but they're not mentally deficient either. That's just the truth. Nowadays, many older women talk big online. They see men their age dating girls in their early 20s and start saying they want a younger boyfriend too. But in most cases, that's all talk. There may be a few successful cases, but that's just survivorship bias. Not every older woman is that lucky. Ask yourself, can you really afford to spend money on a younger guy? Can you handle his emotions? Once you dig deeper, you'll see that many guys born after 2000 actually don't find older women appealing. Those romantic dramas about rich CEOs falling for older single women, or ripped young men with abs-loving divorced single moms, they only exist in web series and fantasy. Older men can date women in their 20s because they offer both financial support and emotional value. They spend money and make her feel good. But older women often expect younger men to provide emotional support and even financial help without giving anything in return. From a younger guy's perspective, a true big sister is someone with assets who's willing to spend on him. If your income is low and your temper is bad, don't expect them to speak nicely about you behind your back.
现在靠结婚来还债的捞女啊。
These days, more and more women are using marriage as a way to pay off their debts. When discussing marriage, they'll demand tens or even hundreds of thousands in bride price just to settle their personal loans. Then they'll rush into marriage with you. But once you're married, they start causing all sorts of problems, stirring up drama, picking fights, lying, manipulating, being lazy, you name it. Their goal is to get you to be the one who asks for a divorce. And when you do, they'll take a chunk of your property with them to pay off their past debts. So guys, be careful. Whether you're dating or getting married, always check the other person's credit report. It's just as important as a premarital health check. Don't let yourself get scammed.
到底是捞女多还是正经？
Are there really more gold diggers out there, or are there more women genuinely trying to live a decent life? Girls from normal, well-raised families generally don't head down the path of being gold diggers. Likewise, boys from decent families rarely encounter gold diggers. So first we should ask, the men who constantly meet gold diggers, what kind of places are you hanging out in? Where do these women usually gather? It's always in nightlife and entertainment venues. Women in those environments meet all kinds of men and are constantly exposed to toxic thinking. Over time, they develop habits of taking advantage, comparing, spending lavishly, having no manners, being lazy yet skilled at manipulating men. If you're always circling in those kinds of social scenes, how can you expect to meet a genuine good woman? Growth and change start with self-reflection. Don't generalize and condemn all women. And to the ladies, never try to become a gold digger. That path is a dead end. Your vanity will never satisfy your growing desires, and once you lose touch with a simple, genuine life, it's hard to go back. Eventually, you'll suffer more because of it. Only when you embrace ordinary life and accept your own mediocrity can you start to feel the little joys and surprises that life brings.
现在捞女越来越多了。
Why are there more and more gold diggers nowadays? It's because the simp economy has collapsed. Back then, simps gave their affection and money without hesitation, and the girls on the receiving end felt entitled to it, believing they were little fairy princesses. They expected men to keep spending endlessly. If he doesn't spend money on you, he doesn't love you used to be their gospel. But now the simps have stopped simping. So what do these fairies do? They have no choice but to lower their standards and ask directly for money. Just like that, they transform from fairies into gold diggers. It's really just one thin veil away. Why did this shift happen? Because the economy has changed. In the past, with rapid growth and skyrocketing real estate, it was easy for simps to make money. They didn't feel bad spending to make girls happy. The more they earned, the more generous they were. Everyone was having a good time. But now, with the economy struggling, simps are making less and can't afford to throw money around like before. Yet the fairy lifestyle hasn't become any cheaper. With their income sources drying up, they've had to secretly switch roles and become gold diggers. So no, it's not that the simps suddenly became enlightened, they simply ran out of money. And the fairies? It's not entirely their nature either. It's the harsh environment that forced them to give up their pride and become more realistic. They're willing to throw away their dignity for money. In the end, the world changed, and so did everyone else. Time to wake up.
大龄剩女到底能不能碰？
Should you date or marry an older single woman? There's a lot of negativity about them online, but I think they actually fall into two categories: those you should never go near, and those who might be great partners, even for marriage. The key is knowing how to tell the difference. Let's start with the kind you should avoid at all costs. First and most importantly, if she comes from a poor background and has no savings, don't call me shallow. It's different when a young woman just graduated and hasn't saved yet. That's understandable. But if she's already in her 30s, still single and has zero savings, then she's likely trapped in consumerism. She probably loves shopping and spends more than she earns, or she's just lazy with no career growth despite working for years. In rare cases, it's because of family burdens like sick parents or supporting siblings, but no matter the reason, she's still a high-risk partner and best kept at a distance. Second, if she thinks men spending money on her is just natural. At her age, she's still dreaming of being a princess, expecting men to fund her lifestyle while offering no emotional support in return. That's textbook princess syndrome: strong vanity, unrealistic expectations, low emotional intelligence, and unwillingness to pay her own way on dates. Stay away, only scammers can meet her demands. Third, no sense of boundaries or self-awareness. She lacks ability but insists on being in charge, constantly meddling. She likes to label herself as an independent woman, but can't even figure out how the subway works. These are the women who got scammed in their 20s doing MLMs and later got ripped off buying shady supplements. The real danger isn't that they're naive, it's that they're naive and still act like they're smart. These women love managing money and making investments, but they have big dreams and poor execution. If you run into one, steer clear. She'll burn through your life savings. Now let's talk about the type of older single women who are actually suitable for relationships or marriage. First, she has a stable family background, a steady job, savings, and knows how to manage money with little emotional baggage. Second, she's mature but not jaded. She respects men and has strong morals. Third, she has a gentle personality, maybe a bit introverted, but she's grounded, self-aware, and realistic. Women like this are usually single not because of flaws, but because they're shy, lack opportunities to meet men, or just had bad timing. In terms of relationship value, they're actually quite good. They tend to be emotionally stable and don't need constant pampering like younger girls. If you're in your 30s and happen to know a woman like this, why not give it a shot?
我跟你们讲，其实也不是所有的老女孩。
Let me tell you something. Not all older women are those stunning, sexy types who dress impeccably every day. A lot of men are actually tricked by women who look plain, simple, and modest. You know, the so-called wife material you guys talk about. Even those kinds can be manipulative. From my experience, these older sisters are often divorced. Some have kids, some don't. After the divorce, life gets tough, and they start noticing that more and more honest men around them seem to like them. Gradually, they start taking advantage of that. They exploit men who just want a stable, down-to-earth relationship. They start small, asking for a little money, maybe a meal here, a rent payment there, and you might think these guys aren't being scammed because the amounts aren't huge, but emotionally they get pulled in. These women build a circle of men who all have feelings for them, and over time they lose themselves. They start to believe, wow, I'm still so desirable. I can totally get someone better. I could marry anyone I want whenever I want. And they get used to the lifestyle, having someone who cares, who pays for meals, who picks them up and drops them off every day. Slowly, they stop working, get tangled up with multiple guys in vague, undefined relationships, and yet never seem to find the one. Many 40-something men fall for these seemingly harmless women. They'll bleed you little by little, then throw you a sweet treat to keep you hooked. So being harmless and kind is more of a mindset, a tactic. It has nothing to do with looks or how someone dresses. Some women look flashy and spend a lot, but actually have solid values. Meanwhile, those innocent-looking little white rabbit types might have the dirtiest minds of all.
我长这么大从来都
I
没有
can't seem to click with the guys my family introduces me to. The friends around me are too familiar to take seriously. I've never been lucky enough for love at first sight, and even long-term chemistry doesn't work out because the conditions aren't right. I can't walk out of my own world, and no one else can walk into it either. Are you like this too? All my life, I never realized how serious the issue of marriage could be. Until today. I'm 33 and still unmarried. I never imagined I'd be in this position, facing the reality that I might not get married at all. When I was younger, I always thought I had time. I figured, whenever I want to get married, I'll just find someone and do it. I thought marriage was easy. But now that I've reached this age, I realize that no matter how ambitious or positive a young woman may be, once she passes 30, it's like society sees her as unwanted, unloved by pigs or dogs even. Today, I went for a spring walk. The river was clear, the flowers were blooming, everything felt alive. The scent of peach blossoms was so sweet. And suddenly, out of nowhere, I just really wanted to fall in love. I really wanted to find someone. I genuinely wanted to get married, for the first time in my life, not because others were pressuring me, but because I truly wanted it. But where is this person? I honestly don't know. And this morning I heard that starting next month, couples won't even need a household registration booklet to get married. It made me feel like marriage had become even simpler. I thought, if only the government could assign me a partner right now, that'd be perfect. Because at my age, even matchmakers run away when they see me. No one even asks for a reason. They just look down on you. I realized that once a woman gets older, not only do others stop introducing her to people, but even she loses confidence in finding someone on her own. I always thought I just wanted someone around my age, but on the way home today I heard someone say, men over 30 usually have issues, so I searched it online. And the results shocked me. Apparently, men over 30 are either physically unhealthy, mentally unstable, extremely stingy, or have serious family issues. If they didn't have any of those flaws, they wouldn't still be single at this age. One blogger even suggested that women like me, over 30, should either find a younger man and spend money on him, at least young guys are physically healthy, or find an older man in his 40s or 50s, at least they're not mentally unstable or super stingy. Hearing all that crushed me. I had started the day in such a good mood, but suddenly, life felt hopeless again. Like the whole sky was collapsing. I've never once felt the seriousness of this marriage problem until today. And now, I feel like my world is falling apart.
一个整容失败的大龄少女，唯一的
Video 10. A failed plastic surgery and an aging single woman. My only happiness now is, I'm 35 years old. No one's chasing me, no one's managing me. I live alone in Beijing, drifting through life. I got off work early today, so I came to the market in search of joy. Honestly, it's not that I love drinking, I just need to relax. 10 oysters, a handful of skewers, that's all it takes for happiness to come back. I decide how I live my life. Sure, daily life gets weighed down by little annoyances, but sometimes you just have to let go and enjoy yourself. If you can't fix your problems, at least fix your appetite. The oysters today were grilled to perfection. I ate all 10 by myself. Spicy lamb skewers with chili, delicious. I even got a plate of seafood and just indulged. In that moment, all the day's stress melted away. As the sun sets, the evening breeze brushes my cheeks. It feels so good. That moment of inner peace and calm can make you forget all your worries and just enjoy being alive.
我31了，没结婚呢。
I'm 31 and still unmarried. Today my coworker said their kid is in 2nd grade and already needs tutoring. A single English class costs 100 yuan, just 1 hour, and it's with a foreign teacher. No blackboards or translations like when we were kids. It's all oral English. Whether you understand or not, they just keep talking to you. On top of that, kids now have to attend all sorts of extracurricular classes: music, art, dance. Honestly, it all feels so far away from me, and it only makes me more certain. I don't want kids. I don't want to get married. I know that might sound unrealistic, but I just don't want to bring a child into this world only to raise them like a workhorse. And in the future, life as a workhorse will only get harder.
我今年36岁了。
I'm 36 years old. I've never been married, and I've never had kids. I'm still single. And I want to say this to young women: if you meet someone suitable, just get married. Don't buy into all that crap about invest in yourself or bloom like a flower and the butterflies will come. When I was 28, I went to grad school for 3 years. I'm capable of earning my own money. I can afford my own apartment. But now, if I want to find a man who's even just halfway decent, I probably need to be ready to raise someone else's child. It's not that I can't get married, but my options are extremely limited. Most of what's left are men who can't find a wife at all, or divorced guys with kids.
89年的，今年36岁了，是
Born in 1989, I'm 36 now, and seen by others as a leftover woman. Over the years, I've watched everyone around me get married one by one, and I'm still alone. Saying I don't feel envy, regret, or anxiety would be a lie. I didn't expect to still be single at this age. I was a late bloomer. In my 20s, I didn't want to get married early. Some people have great lives after marrying late, some after marrying early, and some have miserable marriages no matter when. I don't know which one I am, but either way, I've already missed the best time to get married. At my age, it's especially hard to find the right person. The ones with good conditions won't consider someone my age, and the ones I can get, I don't want. It's really not easy.
捞女本质上
Gold diggers are actually worse than women who hang QR codes on the street. At least those women are straightforward. It's a business transaction. They provide a service, earn their money, and don't scam you. It's all clearly priced. But gold diggers? They're scammers. They don't give you any real service. Or if they do, the quality is awful. And they just straight up ask for money.
我40岁没结婚咋的了？吃你家大米了？
So what if I'm 40 and unmarried? Am I eating your rice? I'm from a rural village in northeast China, and I've never been married. Around here, I'm like a rare animal, rarer than a pig climbing a tree. When my mom goes out and chats with people, she always tells them I'm divorced. She never says I've never been married. In her mind, divorced sounds better than being a spinster. Honestly, I don't care anymore. I've grown immune. I just want to live my life clearly and honestly. I already missed my best years, so what's the rush now? I'd rather live alone than settle for the wrong person. People tell me, aren't you lonely? You should find someone to be with before it's too late. What will you do when you're old? I get it. I'm not against marriage. I just feel like the right person hasn't come yet. And I'm not in a good place right now, so I'm not actively looking. But that doesn't stop every relative from setting me up. Since Chinese New Year, I've been on 2 blind dates, both forced. The first one? A family member arranged it. Before I even agreed, the whole family was already gossiping about it. I had no choice but to go. The guy was quiet. So quiet you couldn't get a word out of him. If he did talk, it'd choke you. How are you supposed to build a relationship like that? The second guy, don't get me started. My friend said he was amazing. You miss this one? You'll regret it for life. So I agreed to meet him. Guess what? He's been divorced 3 times and has 2 kids. And I'm the picky one? They say, you're already this old, what are you still being picky for? They say, look at yourself. You're not pretty, no figure, no money. What do you think you're worth? That if I can just find any man, it'll be good enough. Just get through life, have someone to grow old with. But why should age mean I can't have standards? I'm not asking for the world. Just someone honest, decent, someone I can talk to, who doesn't owe me, and I don't owe them. Is that too much? I know some people genuinely care. They see I'm alone and want to help, but they never consider things from my perspective. I've already missed my best years, so why would I get married just for the sake of it? Marriage is not a task to be completed. It should never be about settling. A lot of women like me have been labeled leftover or old maids, so they rush to get married just to lose the label. But after the wedding, they realize how badly they settled. We need to understand, society's timeline is not our script. Our life should be written by us. Don't let other people's opinions matter more than your own feelings. So ladies, don't let age define you. Don't let labels box you in. What's the rush? Let's just focus on living well. If the right person comes, great. If not, that's okay too. Loving yourself is the best investment you'll ever make. It's worth more than settling for just anyone. Don't you agree? In today's China, older single women, usually over the age of 30 or 35, face more than just social stigma. They must also navigate growing gaps in both emotional and financial security. Many of them once chose to invest in themselves rather than marry young, hoping that a successful career and independence would lead to a brighter future. But as the years go by, a number of them begin to feel a deep sense of regret for believing that if you bloom, the butterflies will come, and for underestimating the importance of emotional connection in their lives. According to a 2023 survey by Xinhua News, over 80% of single women above 35 in major cities like Beijing and Shanghai reported frequent feelings of loneliness. Nearly half admitted that they had opportunities for marriage in the past, but let them slip away, and now find it difficult to meet a suitable partner. Financially, nearly 40% lack a long-term retirement plan, and most continue to shoulder all living expenses on their own, without support from a partner or family. In a society that increasingly values performance and achievement, older single women have become the invisible group, left out of family dinners and cast aside from the romantic dreams they once cherished. But regret doesn't have to be the final chapter. Whether they marry or not, they still have the right to design a life that is stable, fulfilling, and meaningful. A clear financial strategy, a supportive social circle, and a resilient, optimistic mindset. These are the lifelines that will help them not just survive, but truly thrive. What about you? Do you think older single women in China deserve blame or empathy for the regrets they carry? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Every comment is a valuable source of encouragement that helps us continue creating meaningful content. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to subscribe and join us in exploring the evolving realities of Chinese society. Thank you for watching. We truly appreciate every moment you've spent with us.